Alright, so this is what it looks like when you first open your file in Photoshop. Everything is neatly stacked in their individual group, as you can see here in the Layers tab. So the highlights has a separate group inside with each of the highlights, as you can see here. What I did this time is that I gave you much larger files, so you can really make some excellent quality designs. This is 100%. So if your graffiti design was 6 letters, you almost have 1,000 pixels wide image at 100%. It's not enough for prints, but that's not what this font is intended for. You're not allowed to use this for commercial purposes, and you're supposed to use this for web publications only. If you're looking for high resolution or vector graphics based graffiti designs custom made by me for you with commercial copyrights included, that you should check out my website instead at customgraffiti.net. Well, let's get into this. So this is what it looks like when you open it in Photoshop. The first thing I would recommend you to do is to hit your move tool right here, and then you have the auto select group here. Change that to layers, which means that now you can move each thing individually. If you had it on group, then you will move the whole group of stuff. So always have that on layers when you're working on the graffiti toolkits. Another thing I would recommend you to do, for now at least, is your background. You can move this around, and you almost never want to do that. Consider you can use any colored background or image background you want. So for now, as you work on it, just lock that layer away. So oh, I shouldn't have said that, because right now we need some space to create our graffiti design. So I'm gonna, instead of making a new document, I'm gonna use this one, but I'm gonna make more space up here. So what you want to do now is go to image, canvas size, increase the height to 200%, and if you click this arrow, it's gonna start giving the space upwards. So do that, and all of a sudden I have more space to work with. And let's go back to that layer, unlock it, and just click the paint bucket tool, hold down Alt or Command, and click on the background color to select that particular color, and just fill that in. And now we can lock that layer away again. So what should we write? Let's do the name of this graffiti font, which I call Circus. So I'm gonna pick out one of each color here. So I'm gonna drag this one. Oh, before I forget, make sure that you save your original file, store it away, and when you start making a new design, you really should rename it to another file name, because you don't want to screw up the template here. So having said that, let's continue. So Circus, I'm gonna drag in and now I'm gonna need another C in the red. And what can I do? It's already here. There's no more C's left. So again, I click the C to select it. I hold down Alt or Command, click, and drag. You have another one. All right, so I'm gonna zoom into 100%, and you do that by double clicking the zoom tool. The first thing I want to do is to organize my layout, and I love when the layout is a bit askew. So I'm gonna do like this. And if you wanna place the place the U behind the C, then you can do that. There's several ways. You can just drag the layers down, or let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. I've been working with Illustrator for so long now. I forgot how to do it in Photoshop. But let's see. Where's that? Let's see. I'm just gonna drag this down. Let's see what happens. Okay, not enough. Okay, there we go. So now it's behind. Anyways, there's probably a better way to do it, but it doesn't matter right now. This is your working file. You're gonna remove everything that's not included anyways, and they're gonna be much more clean after when you're done. Right, so this is my layout. I like this one. So what I can do now, I can lock my font layer here so we don't accidentally disturb it. I want to add some splatters, so I'm just gonna drag a few of them up here. And if you want to recolor your splatter, sorry, wrong key, you can go to layers, layer style, color overlay. You have a yellow one, whatever, you know. So you can do that. That's up to you. What do you want to do? I'm just gonna use this one that I included in this file. Something like this. Maybe I'm gonna Alt and click to drag and repeat. So that's it. I'm gonna do the same with the other pink one, like so. No big deal, right? Looking cool already. So let's add some glows. I'm gonna drag a selection around all of them to select them all rather, so I can use them. So let's just, and I'm doing this fast, you know. You can take your time and make it really special. This is just an example, and I'm sure you're gonna make a much better looking design that I'm doing now. This is just to get your ideas flowing, like so. It's looking bad, and I meant that in a positive way. So again, I made a selection to drag all of these drips up here, and I'm not gonna use many. I'm just gonna use a few. Let's see. Okay, so these are meant to, as you see here from the art, these are meant to be in front of the design. But what I can do is that I select the drip folder and drag it below the font, and now all my drips is gonna be behind the letters, and this is what I want right now. And I'm not gonna use any colors for now. I just want to add some of these black drips Just casually stir them around. Oh, and if you want to increase the size, select a few, edit, transform, scale, just scale. If you want to hold down shift to constrain the proportions, and just hit return to make it so. Look at that. It's looking pretty good now. And then we have some highlights. Let's use them. I'm gonna casually strut these around. Somewhere where the light is. There's already, look at this one. I couldn't, my mouse didn't want to find the correct place. So I'm supposed to put it on the, right on the line here. So when your highlight is selected or whatever object, just use your arrow keys on your keyboard to drag it down. If you didn't know, now you know. All right, looking good. And one last thing you could do, or you can add anything you want to this design. It's completely up to you. But let's first, this example sake, I'm gonna do a few more things. So I want to add a key line around the graffiti design. A key line is the outer line that goes around the whole design. I assume that's a graffiti specific term. Key line. So I select it all. Click this, hold down shift, click the U, hold down shift, click all your letters. Now they're all selected, as you can see. Now hit Control C and Control V to copy and paste. Control V. Oh, there's what's the key to paste them in place? Is that F? No. There's a gap. I'm gonna redo this. So select all, Control C, Control V, and I'm sure there's a shortcut key to paste them in place. I can't remember right now. So I'm gonna just try to do it as close as I can by hand. So now I have all the copied files here. So what I do now is hit Control or Command E to flatten that group to one single layer. And I can probably move this one down. Okay, I forgot how to do that too, so I'm gonna just drag this one all the way down. Doesn't matter where. So now I have that one selected. So now I'm gonna go back to layers, layer style, outer stroke. I'm looking for outer stroke. And either way, if you go to layer style and select any one of these, let's select stroke, you have all these options right here. And stroke, it turns out to be the one we were looking for. So let's select white just so we can see it. And as you can see the key line behind the design. But because that's selected on the outside, if it was on the inside, you can see it. Okay, so outside, but it's hidden. It doesn't look very good because it's underneath the splatter and glows and all that stuff. So let's try to move it right here, and now it looks much more better. It really makes the design pop more. And another thing you can do to make the design pop is, I'm gonna try to put this, I'm gonna let the drips stay on top of the key line. Another way to make the design pop is to add darker stuff behind the design. The contrast will always make things pop more. So I'm just gonna select the brush here, and if you want to change the size, just left click and choose a size. And right now I have the color of the background selector, which is handy because I'm just gonna select one shade darker. And here you have the opacity, the flow, and the smoothness. So you don't have to worry too much about the flow and smoothing, because that's more when you use a digital pen. I'm using a mouse right now, so just play around with opacity. So let's put it on 40% and just start dabbing a few dots in, and you can see the contrast is starting to show, and this will make the design pop more. Alright, that's it. I'm done. It's a beautiful design. So what you want to do now, remember this is not supposed to be your original file. So if you sure you have made a backup, what you can do now is to select your rectangular marquee tool and just make a crop like this. Go to image and crop. Boom, got it. And the file size right now is 900 pixels, which is fantastic. This is web 72 dpi. So you want to save this one, go to file and then export and then save for web, and here you have all your settings. This is great. Save it, and post it on your social media, impress your friends, and have a blast, and continue to make a lot of designs. And you can add your own characters and draw anything you want. If you want to use your own artistic ability and you want to make a smiley face right here, you can do that. So have fun, good luck, and also check out my website at customgraffiti.net if you want to order something for commercial purposes. Alright, have fun. Bye.